Oh, yeah.
TNTMTheShow presents Comicast 290 with your host,
Pablo Gunner.
And I'm JD, and we are talking nerdy to me. And we are here to talk nerdy to you about the comics for the week of the 14th of June, 2017.
That is absolutely 100% correct.
Yeah.
Legally.
Yeah, really.
By law.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Do we need it writing with something in our blood and something?
Yeah,
Okay.
and we're going to have like there's spoilers, and don't be mad at us if there's spoilers, because we're going to say that there's spoilers.
Yeah.
Because we're going to announce, because we're reviewing these books, so there's going to be spoilers, especially when we do our
Back and Bag of the Week, our best book.
Yes, that we put in the back and bag, that's when we're going to have the most spoilers, but there will be spoilers read out. I feel like we're more the hype men than we are, the spoiler men. Yeah. We don't go too deep, we're kind of like surface.
Except for
mostly.
Fun stuff. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, we totally do it on the fun stuff.
So, but yeah, and so when we review these books, we have a timer, and if it's both of us reviewing the book, it's 2-minute timer. If it's one of us, it's a 1-minute timer. And here's the sound effect for the ringtone that's going to go off at the end of that 2 minutes that tells us it's time to wrap it up. If you know it, tell me.
Be specific.
And I'll hook you, yeah, very specific, hook you up with a free digital comic. Because we all know what it's from, but you have to be very specific what it is exactly,
I played many nights on that game. Many nights.
So, Mennonites?
Mennonites.
So, is there anything else?
Yes, we have a grading scale of buy, skim,
Oh, yeah,
pass.
we do.
Variations on buy and skim, strong buy, weak buy, strong skim, weak skim, of course, pass, which I don't think we've come across the pass in a while.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So, that's because we like the good stuff.
Yeah, that's for sure. So, is that it? Do we have any talking nerdy news? I think for video games, the Xbox has an updated game, which is, what is that one? They already put a sequel out for it. I don't remember. I didn't do my research, so next time.
And I played Killing Floor 2, which I'll be getting the footage to Pablito over here pretty soon. It's got 2 different modes, single player, multiplayer. It's more or less zombies are coming, kill them. You're in a room with 6 people. You got to help them and survive. It's kind of what it is.
Okay, cool. On that note, I think we're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
Rock and rolla. Okay, cool. Did you get Defenders number 1?
I did not.
You dirtbag.
I totally missed out on a lot of stuff this week.
What a dirtbag. Okay, so we have Defenders number 1. It is, we have Brian Michael Bendis, BMB, my homeboy BMB, writing. We have Marquez as the artist.
David Marquez.
Yes, and then Justin Ponsort as colors.
And Swear Petit doing the letters.
And so you have Luke Cage. He's on the street. He gets attacked. Well, actually, it looks like somebody else gets attacked, and he protects them. And then, he goes to the hospital. His wife is in the hospital. Well, not his wife. His girlfriend, I guess I should say. His woman, Jessica Jones, she's in the hospital because she got attacked. Then Daredevil shows up, and he's like, hey, I got attacked. Then Iron Fist shows up, and he's like, I got attacked. So, and it's Diamondback. Diamondback is Diamondback. He's back.
Yeah.
From the supposed dead. And so, and he meets with what's her name? Black Cat. And he's like, hey, just so you know, I'm taking over. So it's your choice if you want to help me or not. Join up with me, or you want to throw down and stuff. And she's like, really? Did you really think this was going to work? Because Luke Cage is here to drop you, mofo, for attacking his gal. And so yeah, that's what goes down. It's really awesome, but Diamondback is prepared. He's been thinking this whole time of how do I deal with Luke Cage?
Well,
what are his vulnerabilities?
The art looks amazing, dude.
Oh, it is
just sitting from right here. It just looks amazing.
It's Marquez, so it should go without saying.
I should have totally picked this up.
Totes my goats. But here's the deal, though. Here's one thing that annoys me, and Bendis does this a lot, is he's so in comics that he has a difficult problem of pulling himself out and going hey,
Me as the reader, what would they like, or how would they react to the story?
not so much that, but like he treats the reader as if they've been reading Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, Power Man, and Iron Fist, like all the other titles that include these characters, like Daredevil, so that he'll throw out stuff and you're like, I don't even know what they're talking about right now. Like he just throws you in the middle of a situation instead of building up to one. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, this is all these situations from all these different books created this book, and he's starting with that instead of going, hey, we're gonna build up to that, even though people who read those books know that this has been transpiring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that bugs me that he does that. He has a horrible habit of doing that. He does that. Like that's how the Jessica Jones book started. Is it just started in the middle of something, and I was like, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know what's going on with her before this, and I can't. I don't know. I've never cared for the Jessica Jones book, anyways. But anyways, this book was really awesome. I will keep reading it. There's and then there's like a Pulse interview by Ben Urich at the end that is really solid. And it's like, and it's current too with Luke Cage, yeah, and talking about his current life and everything like that. So yeah, I still, despite that Bendis does that, I still want to give it. Well, it's without a doubt a strong buy, but it's tough to go like, is it a contender because of that little thing, And
if you overlook that,
because you're not lost in it. I just hate that he does this. Like it's a thing it's a pet peeve of mine and he does it in like a lot of his number ones, Anyways, so yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you know what? I guess I could give away the digital code that is in this book. Here it is. Give away all the digital codes for these books. F for Familia, C for Carlos, M for Marcos, U for. I don't know. What's you? I don't know. H, there's Hector, but that's not, whatever. 0, 7, B for Barrio, Q for Quintana, 6, S for Senorita, and another U.
Una visit dad.
Yeah, right?
Why not, right?
Why not? I don't even know if this next book is new or not. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's not because the guys at Age of Comics said this is the second printing, so it's very likely this is not.
Probably from a couple of months ago.
It might be. It's called Heathen. It's the first issue. It's $3.99 from Vault. Natasha Alterici is writing and art. Rachel Deering on letters. So yeah, it almost looks black and white, but not exactly. It's kind of like brown gray tones, and it looks like it's sketched like pencil. It looks really, really superb and phenomenal. Anyways, it's this girl talking about how how Odin created the Valkyries, like this warrior race, and it's all women. And it's to protect men. It's, in fact, sounds a lot similar to the Amazonians. Yes, that in the Wonder Woman movie, how they explain that. And they're like, but what happened is Odin wanted it a certain way, and the Valkyrie leader, she was like, no, screw that. This is bull. So she ended up killing this dude. And then he's like, all right, you're banished,
because it's Odin.
And he's like, you have to find a man to marry. And he's like, okay. She's like, fine. But he has to be suitable for me. So he has to be like a great warrior. So she lives forever until she finds this guy. So, and then it goes to this other girl's story, and she's out in the wilderness, and she's kind of somewhat in a similar situation. Her girlfriend comes out, and she's like, oh, hey, your dad was grieving at your grave, but I knew that he couldn't kill you or whatever. So that's why I came out to see you. And so she's like, I'm set up with this one guy, to marry him. And she's like, you don't have to do that and stuff. And she's like, no, these are the ways we got to do this stuff, And she's like, nope, screw that. And then she ends up fighting like some god that looks like a minotaur. And then that god ends up telling this other god that she like has no fear and that she's going to climb this mountain and prove herself and stuff like that. And so
sounds pretty epic, man.
And the art changes once it changes a little bit. Like there's more color and stuff once it gets there. Anyways, it's a strong buy. I'm totally hooked. I'm down for this. The wife picked it out. She picked out this book. It's really interesting, really awesome. I'm gonna have to get the second issue. Tell the guys at Age, hey, I'm DTF down to Town.
Freaking Reed.
Yeah, DTR then down to Reed. Yeah. So yeah, strong buy without a doubt. I would even give it a contender. Great stuff. And the fact that it's done by one person, mind blowing.
When you get story and art done by the same person, it's amazing.
Next, it's Bitch Planet.
Bitch.
Number one. Triple feature. It's triple feature. Bitch Planet triple feature number one, $3.99. There's the first story is Windows by Cheryl Lynn Eaton and Maria Froelich. And then with the second story is Without and Within by Andrew Aiden and Joanna Estep. And then the third story is The Invisible Woman by Conley Lyons and Craig Young with colors by Marco Di Alfonso. And so it's this older lady, and she's interviewing this other lady, and she's like, oh, you have a lot of good experience, but there's 2-year gap. What happened with that? And she's like, oh, I worked at the woman's prison, but that looks bad to a lot of people. And she's like, okay, well, as long as you weren't an inmate. And then she does a flashback to the story where, she said she was in the Army, and now she's there at that prison and stuff. And then there's this fight that breaks out and stuff, and the dude's just like, they take her out and stuff, and they're like, yeah, this is bad. And now she's a maid at this other place for these older guys. You're just seeing it just establishes the patriarchy and stuff in this. Then the second story, it's kind of not a courthouse, but what is it with the politicians, the House and stuff, the rep or Congress. Yeah, it's like Congress. And so anyways, what happens is this chick gets kind of forced into accepting a date from this guy, because she's like, oh, I have to print this thing for this guy. And he's like, well, hey, you're new and stuff, go out with me. And she's like, I really got to go. And he's like, well, answer me first and then I'll let you go. And so she's like, okay, fine. And then turns out he didn't actually need that speech because he just BS'd his way through it anyways and stuff, which is, politics stuff too.
It's normal politicians.
Then this last story is her boss was like, hey, you need to get some work done up top if you want this promotion. And she took that as her hair. So she gets a ridiculous hairdo that's all big. And then she gets denied for the promotion, and it gets given to a girl with big knockers. And then she kind of goes out to the public of everyone calls her no tits, every guy that sees her. It's really messed up. And so she kind of just says screw the establishment, and she flashes on the news, and then she's like, everybody's talking about him now, she doesn't say that, but she's part of the revolution now, of kind of like the free the nipple thing, where it's like, hey, we both have nipples. Honestly, I can say I agree with it, because if chicks were just it wasn't censored, you would become kind of numb to it, sort of. Everybody would become numb to it. It would just be the norm. So it wouldn't be a big deal.
Yeah, the only reason it is taboo is because it's taboo.
Right, exactly. And so if we go, hey, you know what? We're the same, I mean, I would say I have some pretty good tatas. I feel like they're at least a solid solid B cup, I don't know. Tell me what you think. No. I give them a strong buy. No, I mean, this book, A Strong Buy, it's phenomenal. They said that there's going to be a part where there's going to be patches where it's going to be where they're not going to do the actual title, so they need something to hold off, that it's not really into the main story, but it kind of does, and stuff. This is perfect. So it's and then they have the extra content in the end, so which always raises it. It always raises it to that contender status for sure, because it's just gold. So yeah, strong buy contender.
All right. Next up, you got the Black Panther and the Crew number 3.
Black Panther and the Crew number 3. And you have to say it like that.
Oh, Black Panther and the Crew number 3.
Yes, it's $3.99. Who's the creative team here?
Todd
Nehisi Coates.
Yeah.
Pencilers Butch Geis and Mac Chatter.
Yep.
Inker Scott Hanna with Chatter, and then colors Dan Brown. 2 or 1?
It's 1. I kind of just skimmed it.
So I love these books because they really, you can just jump into it. You don't have to know what came before. You can just jump in. But it starts with this flashback story of this guy and how he wants to create his own team, but in Harlem, to protect the people of Harlem. Yeah, exactly. But he needs them superpowered, and he doesn't have, so he needs to figure that out. Then it goes to this whole plan is like, oh, this is a thing that's been going on that he was building. Black Panther's there. And Storm's there, and they're like, okay, we need to do this, and figure out what's going on. And then you find out like they're being watched, and they do some research into this new establishment, like they're taking over Harlem and stuff. And it turns out it is Hydra. That has to be both hands. Has to be both hands, otherwise it's Nazis law. So the Nazis. So yeah, and then you see how
Misty Knight almost gets
goes into a bad situation, and the guy that comes out is Luke Cage. I'm gonna spoil it, but I was really disappointed because he's not naked. Like, he came out of a blown up building
with clothes.
And his clothes, like he has an undershirt and he has his jeans on,
and they're just like
and
tattered.
They're fully intact. Like, they're fully intact. They're not even shredded. Like, there's flames on his shirt, and it's like.
It's like, where did he get his wife beater from,
Yeah, or his pants. Like, how come his pants are like...
He must have got them from Reed Richards before he left.
I don't know. Like, where did he get these pants? I want to know so I can wear them.
Yeah, I want some fireproof pants. That'd
some
be awesome.
fireproofing, just like blast-proof pants and undershirt. No, actually, the undershirt does look tattered. But, yeah, those pants. I need to get those pants, right?
Yeah.
Pants.
So what you think, man?
Pants. It was awesome, dude. I love it. Because it also seems like it's rolling into this, what is it, Secret Empire or whatever empire. Yeah, but it's not it's not shoving it down your throat. Like, it's doing it subtly and it's building up to it. It's not like, yeah. So,
hey, here's Captain America, Hydra Cap.
Yeah, so yeah, I love it, dude. It looks amazing and it's really great and it's fantastic. And it's slowly building up this crew. Like I said, kind of opposite from what Bendis does.
Yeah.
This is slowly building up to it instead of going like, boom, hey, you've been reading Black Panther, we're going to throw you right into this. Or you've been reading Secret Empire, we're going to throw you right into this. No, it's going to be a slow build,
Have a little bit extra.
Yeah, so strong by contender without a doubt, and digital code.
F for Fantastic, Z for Zorro, M for Mario, 5, Q for Quinlan, D for, dog, Q for Quinlan, L for Luke, R for Richter, 6-1, E for Edward.
This is not even the Star Wars title. What are you doing? That was very impressive, though.
I just threw stuff out.
Next, it is Dark Days LaForge. No, I just want to call it LaForge. It's The Forge. I think it's a one-shot, I want to say. It might be.
Sure. I think it's like an intro to the metal series.
The Dark Days metal, yeah. It's like a prequel thing. So it's the number one. It's $4.99. Yeah, there's a lot of names on here.
Yeah, Snyder and Genuine the Fourth did the writing. Jim Lee, Andy Kubert, and John Romita Jr. did the pencils. Scott Williams, Klaus Janson, and Danny Miki did the inks. And Alex Sinclair with Jeremiah Skipper did the colors. Steve Wines did the letters.
Thank you very much, Senor.
Because that thing's buried.
It would have taken me,
it's
forever to find it. So,
this is a huge book. I did skim through this and read it a little bit and kind of, got behind.
So yeah, it actually starts and it's like Arabian Nights or something like that first. Oh, that Aquaman cover is sick. And so it turns out this plane shows up and it's made out of nth metal, which is from the Hawk people.
The Thanagarians.
Thanagarians, yes. This guy's on it.
I know the lore.
It's weird because they have Aquaman here because there's this volcano on this island and Batman's saving this guy because it's actually a Wayne Enterprises secret project. And so Aquaman shows up to help and save this dude. And Batman's like, I got to save the information for it. Well, this Aquaman looks more like the movie Aquaman. Not dark hair, but he has the long hair and the big beard.
He looks like the one with the trident for the hands.
With his hands cut off, but he doesn't have it cut off. Yeah, he has both hands. Then
you got Hal.
Hal Jordan he's sent on this mission, and it's to go to the Batcave to find something, and Duke is there, and he attacks him, and he's like, "Come on, man, you must be new," giving him that old shtick. And then some like weird voice is talking to them and like getting them to come into this secret part of the cave and stuff. And then also Batman's talking to Mr. Terrific that travels like different dimensions and stuff, which is cool. And they're talking about like how Batman has a secret team that's even more secret than his other team. Like he has all these teams, but they're secret. Yeah. And how like there's these different symbols and stuff, and how like it may involve the owls and like the bat and the bear and the wolf. I don't know.
It's a lot of different stuff, and it really just kind of revolves around metallurgy.
And then he goes to like Superman to his fortress, and he's like, "Oh, I need to get this thing from you. I need this guy who's like a master thief or whatever. He's good at getting in and out."
So I need him to break into a room that we agreed we never opened.
Yeah,
so I need to be in that room. So he goes in that room, comes out, and said, "Bye, peace."
Yeah, I don't want to be involved with this.
Peace out.
He's like, I shouldn't have gotten involved. Whatever. So yeah, it's really awesome. They should have a digital code, but it's not because it's super long. But oh yeah, it does have a digital code at the end. But anyways, yeah, I really liked it. It's really interesting. I have no idea what it's leading up to really. It was a great
story.
It's great. It has different artists, and they do it pretty well. Like, I don't like Romita's art that much. Like the cover to like my cover, garbage. It's a Romita cover, and it looks like crap, I think. But the interiors of Romita's art looks pretty solid.
Yeah, and it's totally a different universe. You can totally tell it, and it's very easily done by the artwork.
Right. There's different parts that are done by different artists. Like the past stuff with like the Arabian Nights, that's a different artist. The stuff with Hal and Duke, that's Romita. And then the
Suits
stuff.
And bats.
Yeah. So, anyways, strong buy. Yeah.
Contender.
Cool.
Contender for me.
Contender.
It was really good. I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah. You know what? I almost forgot about that digi at the end.
Some dig.
So DC for Detective Comics 617-0207, M for Mark 6, C for Charlie 9.
All right, next up you have Generation X numero 3.
Gen X. Yeah, I love throwing in music for this because there's a Gen X punk band. I get to throw in the music.
Nice.
And it fits perfect with this title because they're so punk, Writer Christina Strain, artist Amilcar Pina with Roberto Poggi, color artist Felipe Sobriero with Nolan Woodard. Go. Let's do this. And so we have Nature Girl, and they're at the zoo. They're at the Central Park Zoo. She's hanging out with a sea lion and talking to it and stuff, how no one understands her and they don't care and stuff. She can hear the trees, and like one of their friends got attacked. They go, and it's Face. His name's Face. I thought it was No Face, but no, it's Face. And then there's Roxy, and she wants to join Jono's group because she wants to be an X-Man. He's like, no, you're in Jubilee's class. It's staying that way, and she's pissed about that. Then we have Crew like playing video games. Looks like PlayStation 4. We have Danny Moonstar and stuff. They take Face into the infirmary and stuff, get him checked out and all that. And this guy, they also realize that this guy he takes like people's memories and feelings and stuff too when he has contact with them. Not just like, he's not like a mind reader specifically. So really great, really solid. I love it. Like it's character building stuff. And they're like, hey, we're going to do our own mission to go after whoever did this to Face. And it's cool. Like the last page, they actually look a lot like a different X-Men team.
Yeah, they look like X-Factor from the 80s.
So, or like, what was that Grant Morrison run?
I think that was X-Factor.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. So anyways, yeah, I love it. This is a fantastic book. They're taking it slow. This is what I love. I love this taking it slow with the X-Men and just character development, and it's good. It's not like all just hardcore action and just nonstop, and stuff. But yeah, perfect for me. I love it. So yeah, strong buy, contender for me. And here's the digital code. F for Familia, Z for Zorro, and for Marcos, P for Pablito, D for Diego, 22, D for Diego, W for Huerita, V for Villanueva, F for Familia Arthur Rigoberto.
Rigoberto. Alrighty, so we have Hal Jordan in the Green Lantern Corps number 22, written by Robert Venditti. Artist is Ethan Van Sciver. Colorist is John Wright, and Dave Sharp did the letters. And where do we start at? Because the credits are just.
This is a great jumping on point, I feel like. That starts with they explain how there's this unbreakable bank planet, that it's just money and bank and everything. Then it goes to the core. Oh, it also explains like how they're setting up, like someone's setting up a heist for this banking that's never been broken into. And then it goes to the core, and then they get the call, so they start sending them that way. And then they find out like it may be a ruse because they use stun guns, and they're like, this is weird.
It was easy.
Yeah, it was like a little too easy for them. And they're like, all right, this is weird, but there's
but man, the fight scene is brutal, man.
Oh, the art is amazing in this. It also goes to some of that drama between Kyle and God, what's her name?
The chick from the
Sinestro's daughter.
Yeah, that
is the Yellow Lantern leader and stuff. So yeah, they're trying to like kind of
Sora.
They're doing their relationship thing, but he's like weirded out by it because he knows about it.
Yeah, it's like you should become a Green Lantern again. She's like, no,
I'm the leader, and they need me. Yeah, for sure. So solid issue. I can't wait to see what comes next. It looks amazing. I love this artist. Phenomenal. I can't wait to see more. And I get a strong buy.
Strong buy, and it's actually a contender for me. I enjoyed it a lot. I always enjoy this title. I mean, there's very few times where this is a bad title. So
this is true.
Next up, we have X-Men Blue Azul. Numero 3?
Number 5.
Number 5, okay. Written by Cullen Bunn. Artist is Julian Lopez. Corey Smith. Irma Navilla is the art colorist, and the letterer is Joe Caramanga.
Okay.
Whatever.
So this one, okay, so there was that cliffhanger with like these marauders, and I was like, hey, I thought some of these people were good.
Yeah.
Well, they explain like, oh, they're from the Ultimate Universe, so that's partially why. But I think it's also there's somebody that's controlling them too, which is also from Ultimate Universe, is a lady. I think it is a Lady Sinister.
No, Miss Sinister.
Yes. And I was like, whoa. And this is great. I love it. Like, it just feels so fresh and so new.
It's organic. The storytelling is amazing.
But there's stuff from other things, and they do such a good job of showing this. I love the team fighting with their different powers, working together and stuff. And it's so great. And Iceman, like making ice men to fight.
Yeah, he's like a little snowball man.
To fight Quicksilver and stuff. And then we have Amiko with her iron suit and stuff. And yeah, it's just great stuff. And so, yeah, the Miss Sinister mental talk with Jean was really awesome and stuff. And yeah, so, and there's this beautiful, magnificent, stunning spread that explains the whole multiverse, like Ultimate, and how a lot of the Ultimate characters are now in the 616.
Oh, I guess it's not even a 616 anymore. It's just the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, it's kind of like Prime or whatever. It's interesting. I was actually waiting for Beast to do some magic, and then they go back and they talk to Magneto about it, and they're like, "Hey, this team needs a Wolverine," and he's like,
"Don't call me that."
Yeah, don't call me that. So I'm interested to see, like, they have this. Hopefully, he's a new member and stuff, and we'll see how things go. It's really interesting. I'm totally digging it.
I'm down, man.
Yeah, for sure.
This is a good buy. It's a strong buy contender for me.
Absolutely.
I thought it was amazing.
It looks superb, really interesting.
It's got that young feeling of the old X-Men that we've been missing from the comics for a long time.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's now incorporating characters from the Ultimate Universe that were mutants that kind of had no other place to go. And it's just making it better. It's just adding it. So
which they were kind of new, so it works. It fits. So yeah, strong by contender.
Alrighty, so Digital Code, check it out for yourself and listen to what you think. F for Feral, Z for Zord, M for Miss Sinister, okay? A for Avalanche, 7-6. P for Pyro, W for Wolverine, R for Rogue, 3, P for Piator, and 9. Piotr Rasputin.
Yes, of course.
All right, next up we have The Flash.
Joshua Williamson, writer.
Carmine Di Gianmangio.
Giandomenico.
Yeah, and Popman are the artists. Ivan Placencia and High Five the Colors.
Cool. So this one, it just talks about like there's the reverse, and then it goes into like what's his name, multiplex or whatever.
Yeah, basically it goes through and
multiplex.
explains the Speed Force and just a few short panels, and then there's a fight with multiplex where it's Hal and Barry.
Yes, and he's like, I need to figure out which is the real multiplex and take him out to stop fighting all these multiples. And so he's like, I just need to pay attention. I need to use my
faster. Think as fast as I can move. Thing.
Yes, and also use his like work. How he does his
forensics.
His forensics to figure out like which is the like real one, and so that's what he does.
And then we have a B plot, which is Iris and not Ginger Wally West versus Eobard Thawne.
Yes, and he's like, you don't remember me, and he's like, do you remember this? He's trying to jog her memory, and by doing these heinous, evil, villainous acts, it's messed up, and he messes up Wally Kid Flash really bad.
This Eobard remembers everything before the New 52.
Yes.
Gosh, I get so confused on what this one knows.
So it's crazy, and it's even crazier because Barry has no idea this is going on. He's like, all right, fine. He has a talk with Hal, and he's like, I'm just going to go be honest. Like he talks him into being honest with her.
He just creates a bar in the sky.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That's awesome.
He finds Kid Flash, and he's all messed up, and he's like, I'm not healing right. I don't know what's going on. And then, Eobard leaves him a message.
You know where I live.
And so, craziness. It's so intense. It's so awesome. It looks amazing. Absolutely superb. It's a strong by and it's contender,
This is stunning story work. I mean, this is great art. The story is just where it's at, though. This is probably one of the better titles that DC has released since those Rebirth thing. I mean, it's great. Strong by contender for me as well.
Strong by contender. It's time for a commercial break, so we're going to take a quick break to talk about one of our sponsors, Twin Suns Comics and Games, or Gaming. They are located, I want to say, Coors Boulevard in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Coors and
I keep forgetting what the hell side street is.
I want to say it's Orilla.
Orilla. I think so too.
Or is it Ocotillo?
It's right around there. It's probably by
it's by Wex. It's like across the street from the Flicks Brew House, which the wife and I have been frequenting. But anyways,
probably for the brew, right? Forget the movie. Just there.
No, we don't drink. Oh. It's for the comida.
Oh, it's for the food.
Yes.
And so, do they have a good grill?
Top notch. Yeah, it's good food. It's high quality food. The appetizers are like legit, like full meals. It's expensive. It's an expensive place, but like I said, appetizers, top notch, high quality food. Yeah.
But anyway, back to the Age of Comics.
Yeah, Age of Comics. So across the street from it, they do comics, or not Age of Comics, Twin Suns.
Twin Suns, sorry.
Twin Suns Comics and Gaming.
They do
tabletop gaming. Like they do comics, they do graphic novels. They have awesome statues.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
They have like Voltron stuff. They have Power Ranger stuff. Like they have all kinds of toys and goodies and everything there. I just got a notification on Facebook. They have a HeroClix tournament coming up. Ooh. So I've wanted to get into HeroClix. I just don't have the time because it's like small figurines, but like you have them fight, and of course, being like a comics guy, like that seems like it would be a great fit for me, because like the D&D or like the Warhammer, and the Yu-Gi-Oh! And the Magic is like just too much for me.
See,
But that's in my realm. But they have all that stuff. They have Pokemon tournaments. They have Yu-Gi-Oh! They have all kinds of
Yu-Gi-Oh! It's Yu-Gi-Oh, man.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
That's how you say it right.
Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's how you say
Yu-Gi-Oh.
it. So, anyways,
it's some dark stuff, man. It's some real dark stuff.
what, Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes. Have you ever seen the actual original series, like the season 0 before?
I figured it was dark when I heard there's 5 Ds, and I'm like, whoa. I can only handle 1 D. I'm not getting into 5 Ds. That's some dark stuff. I'm not getting into it. So, but if you're down for 5 Ds, they got it.
I'm going for the dual monsters instead of the 5Ds.
Okay, yeah.
Or the 3Ds.
They whatever your vice is, they got it there. And the thing is the twins, because they're actual twins that run the shop. They know their stuff. Like it's if you go at night, because it's busy as hell. Like at night, like they stay open until midnight most nights because of their tabletop gaming, and they'll be like, if I go late to pick up my comics, I'll be like wanting to BS with them, and they're like, hey man, sorry, but I gotta get back to my game,
Yeah.
They're like really,
Way.
they know, and that's the thing is it's crazy because they know all this stuff. They know the comics, they know statues, they know the cards, like they're like jack of all trades, dude. They know their stuff. It's pretty crazy. Star Wars, and I always, like I said, I always BS with them about whatever's on, whatever movie's out, and stuff. We talked about Wonder Woman and stuff like so. So yeah, great stuff. It's gonna be so check them out. Like I said, if you're in Albuquerque, New Mexico, check them out over there by Wex. It's also like Coors Montano area as well. So the wife and I got some Zuba Fizz from Keller's because we were in that area. So it's like there's a lot of good stuff in that area. There's, Hannah Nate's and stuff. It is a Pokestop, and there's all kinds of Pokestops in that area. Like, when I go by myself, which isn't often, I just go loose in that area. And, like, there's a lot of Pokemon in that area, too. So, like, I'm on the hunt. Like, you'll see me stop, like, every 10 feet, with my vehicle. I got to pull over safely. Safety first. Safety never takes a nap. And do that. So, yeah, it's great. They are a Pokestop. And then there's other Pokestops and all kinds of Pokemon in that area. And there's actually an event going on right now, which by the time this is out, it'll probably be expired, which is the Solstice event. I've already caught a lot of Pokemon from that. And I'm probably going to go for a run after this, depending on when we finish, so that I can go catch more. And then I'll probably go for a run tomorrow as well, just so I can catch some more. Gotta get them on! Yes. So, Let's get back to comics. Like I said, but make sure you follow them on Facebook and Instagram, Chinstagram, all that stuff. You can also go to their website, Twinsonics. All right?
Twin Sons Comics again.
Yes. Don't ever do that. All right, you ready?
Don't ever do that again?
All right. Okay. Speaking of don't ever do that again, did you read this?
No, I did not.
Okay. So I had already ordered Hulk #7 because I did it through Twin Sons. You fill out the sheet, and so I didn't know that I would end up not liking Hulk. So it was already I hit pre-ordered, so I had to pick it up. So I got it. So it's Hulk.
Mariko Tamaki is the writer, or Georges Duarte is the artist. Colors is Matt Mia, and Corey Petit did the letters.
Yes, so different artists in this one, but it's in the same tone. It's number 7. And so this one is, so she goes to, she finally decides to go to a support group, and she's kind of like, I'm not going to say anything. Then she goes and she hulks out, at this one place where they're supposed to be demolished. She's great, but, she still talks okay, and Hellcat shows up, and then they have a little chat and stuff.
Trish!
Yeah, she's lovely. And so she's like, I'm different, but I'm kind of the same, but I don't know how different I am and stuff. So, and that's the biggest problem with this book. I'm different, but I'm the same, but I'm kind of different. And it's like, okay, you're either different or you're not, get to it already. And then they show this thing where, this guy gets drugs from these guys that's supposed to, turn you into a monster. And so they're doing this YouTube channel for this guy, and they end up sprinkling these drugs on his food. So when he tastes it, he kind of he kind of hulks out himself, sort of.
He almost looks like he's gobbling out.
So, yeah, it's interesting. But like I said, I'm not.
It's not for you.
It's not for me. Like, it's not for me. So I'll give the digital code away. But I don't know. Like I said, it's not for me. So for me, it's like I would pass on it totally. I would totally pass on it because it's just not what I want from a Hulk book, and it's just going way too slow. You mentioned earlier it might be better in trade, but even then, I feel like
extremely slow.
This is number 7, so you'd already be buying 1 volume.
Yeah.
And it's not even
Hulk.
Yeah, it's not really. So I wanted to lose control, but anyways, on me, if you know. No.
Death by listener.
But even Gray, you know. So yeah, it's. I don't know. It might be for other people. It looks good visually, and it's not bad. So overall, it's like I guess it's a skim, but like I said, for me personally, pass. Here's a digital code: F for Familia, Z for Zorro, N for Marcos, J for Josefina, Y for Yucca, W for Juanita, B for Barrio, 3, V for Villanueva, W for Juanita, H for Hector, 9. Did you get TMNT 70?
I wish I did.
You
man.
freaking dirtbag.
I wish I did.
Yeah, I know you will. You will wish because it's $3.99. Story Kevin Eastman, Bobby Cornell, Tom Waltz, script Tom Waltz, artist Matea Santoloco, colors Rhonda Pattison. Oh my god, dude, it's so good. So like they're like, yeah, Hobb told us to come to this place and he would give us a signal when it's time to jump in. Well, he's taken family members of this crew that's there to take them down hostage. And so they're like, oh, crap, we got to stop this. And then, like, they know, like, all right, time to jump in. So they jump in right when the sniper's about to take out Hobb. So they attack and stuff, and they make their move. And then all the while, like, the thing is, the guys, they're mercenaries. So this group, so they're separate. And they're like, you know, are you willing to sacrifice your wife for this? And he's like, no, I'm not. You know what? We're calling this op off. You know, I'm not sacrificing my wife to take down these guys. Yeah, it's just really crazy because this guy has control of what's a giant turtle?
Mecha turtle?
No.
Giant Slash?
Slash. And it turns out that this evil like FBI dude, sort of, he's like partially robot and stuff. And it's awesome because like Leo slices his hands off. And it's great because he has this line where he's like, you know, I'm doing what I have to do to protect my family and my friends. And that's what you have to do as a leader sometimes. Boom. Like, and I go, oh, Shredder. Like, I mean, not Shredder, Splinter. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait for them to, like, join forces again. Because they lost Slash. Like, Slash got recovered by them. They weren't able to save him because the police were called and stuff. And they're like, we got to get out of here. So I feel like they're going to go to the Foot Clan and be like, hey, we need your help. We have to save our friend.
Yeah,
you know,
Slash
family.
yeah.
So, yes, it's so good, dude. It looks amazing. I love this issue. Superb. It's been a great build up to this. Oh, my God. Oh! This is, like I said, this is one of the few books from, like, I want it in, like, trade and in issues because it's so good. I want to reread it in trade. Strong by Contender, one of the best books that's out, period.
I picked up the Ben Riley's The Scarlet Spider, number 3. Written by Peter David, Mark Bagley's the penciler, John Dell's the ink. Jason Keith and J. David Ramos is the color artist. And in this book, we have Peter Parker, not Peter Parker, Ben Riley being hunted by Kane, the current Scarlet Spider. And, he's just trying to get away from Kane a little bit. So Riley's in Vegas still, and he's made a deal and has a nice little tracker in his neck, whatnot. He's got this weird-looking hoodie suit that's just really odd-looking. Mm-hmm. And then the Spinners come in, which is 3 people dressed as Spider-Man, the original Scarlet Spider outfit with the blue hoodie, and the 2099 suit. And they kind of just come into a casino, and they're looking for somebody, and, it doesn't really end well for them. Anyway, the real Scarlet Spider, or the Scarlet Spider, gets in the way and beats up the hood, the goon that's trying to hurt the Spinners, whatnot. And he has a little chit chat with them. and ends up taking his original suit back. So he got the blue hoodie with the red, skin tight outfit, Scarlet Spider back, and that's where I fanboy out and geek out and go, yay, I missed this. Strong by contender, and we have Scarlet Spider versus Scarlet Spider in the next issue.
Kane versus
Ben.
Okay, cool. That sounds really cool. You said it's a strong buy. Now I want to know, because I have not, I wouldn't say I dislike it, but it's just not for me. So what have your thoughts up to this point been on this title?
On this title, it's okay. I mean, it's hit and miss because you really had to read the whole Clone Saga thing that just happened to know what's going on.
Oh, the recent one.
The Clone Conspiracy.
Yes, okay.
And if you didn't read the Clone Conspiracy, you're going to be totally lost.
Well, I didn't feel like I was lost so much. It was just more like I don't like the character of Ben that much.
See, I grew up with Ben.
Yeah.
Ben was my Spider-Man because that's when I started with Maximum Carnage. I read a little bit here and there, but the Clone Saga really what brought me into Spider-Man and made me read for the entire thing through the Onslaught event and everything. So that was my Spider-Man.
Okay.
So I got this nice nostalgic place in my heart where it's like, I shouldn't like this, but I really do.
Speaking of, if we get the opportunity to go see Spider-Man, you're going to have to do Ben Reilly.
Or Quick Change Spidey.
And I want to buy Spider-Man 2099 and wear that for the premiere. If we can, or a preview or something, we're going to try to work something out because Age of Comics they give away tickets. So I'm going to see if we can get tickets through them and see it early at Windrock. That one you have to go super early because they give out more tickets than there are seats. So you have to be camped out almost. So, but it would be cool to do that and get an early review too and do a video as Ben and and Miguel.
Miguel.
Yeah. So,
Maggie.
anyways, sorry I sidetracked us there, sort of. You've been gone the times that we've covered, or I did Ben Reilly, so I had to get your thoughts on it. Hopefully everybody appreciated that as well, because this is the hardcore guy that knows all about that.
Ben, yes.
So he loves. If you like
the Scarlet
Clone
Spider
Saga, this is the guy. Well, I like Kane. But I don't like Ben. It's weird.
I went through all 4 Clone Sagas because I like it that much. I went through the original one when the 90s one came out, the 3 or 4 issue one. I went through the entire 90s one. I've almost got a complete collection of that, which is impossible to get. I went through the abridged one. It was 12 issues. And then I went through the Clone Conspiracy. I mean, I'm just a sucker for it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's get back to our books. It's Thanos number 8. Jeff Lemire is a writer. Herman Peralta, German Peralta is artist. Rochelle Rosenberg, color artist. Did you get this one?
Yes, I did.
Oh, cool. Right on. So at the last issue, we had
Bane and the Phoenix Force, right?
Bane and the Phoenix Force, yeah, and they show more of that, how he's just demolishing, the space and stuff. And also there's that other team that went back to go recruit Thanos. Nebula's not really happy about it.
So then the Star Fox?
Nebula, Star Fox, and then this other guy, this champion dude.
Yeah.
And so he's like, well, I have this idea. When I had the Infinity Gauntlet, I could see these witches at the edge of space. So let's go there and I'll see if I can sacrifice my soul to get my god powers back and then everything.
Thane and Lady Death.
So good. It's so good. I love how he looks, the Phoenix suit and everything like that on him, and how she's controlling him, and he still doesn't feel satisfied. And she's like, you know why? Because your father's still alive. You need to go kill him. So, but at the end, you see that they do reach that.
The 3 wishes and the souls of whatever the heck this thing is.
But Thanos, I'm sure he's going to sacrifice his brother's life instead of his own or his soul, so that he can get what he wants.
They call it the God Quarry. Whatever.
It looks amazing. I can't wait to see the next one. This is absolutely brilliant and just magnificent. It's a strong buy. It's a contender.
Yes, it is.
I don't know what else to say besides that.
Buy it now, and then go back and buy it in trade.
Yeah, for sure. Really, because this is a superb title.
All right, in for Nihilist 1, L for Leisure Suit. C for Conquest, H for Hawk, K for Killian, J for Julian. C for Conquest. 5. L for Lycan.
Leisure Suit. You already said it.
Leisure Suit. A for Adam. 8.
All right. Did you read Batman Detective Comics 958?
Absolutely, I did.
Okay, it's James Tynion IV as writer, Alvaro Martinez as pencils, Raul Fernandez as inks, Brad Anderson as colors.
And we get, this is the intelligence part 1. We get this trail of blood kind of going to this event. That's where we start out with.
Oh, yeah. And it spells something, but I couldn't exactly read it out.
The title or
so yeah, and then we have this guy and we have these 2 guys at this game, and then we have a redhead lady show up.
It spells Ex Machina if you want to know.
Oh, okay. And I was like, who are these guys? They're just talking. I was like, oh, it's Blackwing, Azrael, or Jean Paul, right?
No, Jean Paul Valley.
Yeah, and Batwoman, and so they're there at a basketball game, and then Bruce is doing something else as Bruce at the Iceberg Lounge, and he's like, hey, I want to be part of this and stuff. I want in on this thing. And he's like, oh, well, it's all sold out, so you're going to have to find another way. And he's like, you're going to have to play poker. And he's like, oh, okay. So, yeah, and then you have Clayface and Cassandra, and they're acting out Shakespeare. It's beautiful. It is absolutely magnificent. I'm not a big Shakespeare fan myself, but it is classic.
Mother knows you gotta wear her drapes.
Yes,
that's the biggest Shakespeare he's got.
Yes, no, I'm classically trained, so I know some. I respect it, but it's not. But anyways, so yeah, and then but mostly this story is about how this furry guy shows up and he collapses in the middle of the game, and how it actually goes into Azrael, and how they created this machine, because that armor is it's AI, but it's with him, and they're they just decided, screw humans, it's full machine, and it's here to take us out. And then the last page reveals who Bruce wanted to see.
Who I love to see every time she shows up.
It was probably the best part. It's where I saw it and I was like, yes! And it's funny because you posted it, or you sent it to me, the image, and I completely spaced it until this moment. And I was like, yes! It was the best. I loved it. So, strong by contender. It's superb.
It's Detective Comics.
So great. Yes. Next, it is Miss Marvel number 19. We have a slightly different creative team. G. Willow Wilson is a writer still, but we have Marco Falla as the artist, or Falla as the artist, Ian Herring as color artist. And man, this is so great. I love reading stuff like this because it's about other cultures. They talk about, it's the first day of, I want to say, Eid al-Adha. It's this big feast where they cook a goat or a lamb, and then they feed people who are less fortunate. They share it. They share it with family and friends, and stuff, and it's great. But then you see how there's this construction going on in their own neighborhood, and it's they're trying to get all the immigrants out, and it's
it's the immigration song.
Yeah, it's messed up. And so you're like, well, who would be part of this? Oh, and it goes back to that chick that she got into it with, that was running the future squad or whatever before, from Civil War. Remember when they were doing that thing, the girl that she was working with and stuff. And you can see she's kind of been working on her abilities, and she kind of does some Fantastic Four or Mr. Fantastic type stuff, facing this person. And stuff like that. It's freaking great. It's superb. It's really crazy, and but it involves her brother too, and he's because he also has powers, but he does not use them at all.
Okay.
So these guys are taking him in. So it's so good. Strong by, absolutely love it. It's brilliant. I love this writer, the way she eases you into learning about other cultures and other people, and I love that. There's just so much power in that, You know, because I'll be honest, when they announced this title, I did not want to get it at all. But the ambassador, being the cultural man that he is, was like, we're getting this, and it's a #1. So he did, and I fell in love with it since that first issue, and it continues to just get better and better along the way.
Good.
I mean, there's some ups and downs, but this gold, strong buy contender. And here's a digital code. F for Familia, C for Carlos, N for Marcos, F for Familia, G for Guillermo, N for Novela, 8, S for Señorita, 6, W for Huerita, W for Huerita, and G for, what did I say before? Guillermo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now it's on to Sam Wilson, Captain America, number 23.
You mean Falcon?
Yeah, pretty much. Writer, Nick Spencer. Penciler, Joe Benet or Joe Bennett. Inker, Joe Pimentel. Color artist, Matt Yaki. Art looks fantastic. They're explaining like some of this. They do a little recap of what's been going on, you know, like what he did in the last issue, as well as what's going on with Hydra Cap and stuff. They're helping these Inhumans, but some of the heroes are helping. It complicates things because they're going through like Mole Man territory, and then they end up attacking Mole Man and his, you know, and his monsters. That gets Sam in a lot of trouble because they didn't know about it.
Yeah.
And so he's like, dude, what do you guys just fight before you even know what the hell's going on? Like,
You're gonna help us, man.
yeah, like this is how we travel to get these people out of here. What are we gonna do now?
We're through history.
So it's like, all right, well, you guys screwed me over, so now I kind of have to help you do this. As well as like they sent like these drones after them that ended up there too. So they have to fight those off as well as Mole Man. Mole Man's like, we're done. And it was funny because like they were just trading Mole Man like DVDs and seasons of shows and like just stuff from like the surface world for him.
It's like, here, have some copies of Friends.
But he's like, yeah, it's not worth it anymore. So man, I just want him to like take the suit back already and the shield and go, I'm taking the fight to Cap. And it's like,
I'm gonna whoop his ass.
yes, but you know, they're stalling. This is filler before they get to that, essentially.
Before they get to the fight with Cap, because it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. It's just gonna take time,
Once you get to
unfortunately. So sort of, but yeah, it looks good and still interesting.
So is it a strong buy?
I give it a buy.
You give it a buy.
I give it a buy. Yeah.
Well, tell us what you think.
Yeah, here's a digital code. F for Famicom, Z for Zarbon, M for Mankey, 4, B for Bravo, S for Saiyan, 1, K for Kilowog, N for Nova, 7, I for Icarus, T for
Kamasi.
yes.
All right. So next up we have the Comics of Action.
Yes, Superman Action Comics, $9.81. This is $2.99.
Dan Jurgens did the writing. Jack Herbert did the artist. Hi-Fi did the color, and Rob Lee did the letters.
So yeah, where we finished off, he was like stuck in this like black vortex or dark dimension. Oh, in the abyss and stuff. It's all his loved ones are dead, and they're like, "You didn't save us" and stuff. And then
the Black Vault's what they call it.
Yes. The humans kind of save him from it. Then you see Zod. He looks so awesome and hardcore. And Zod's like, I'm not working with you guys.
Yeah,
you guys are beneath me.
Yeah, you wear that symbol of the House of L. You're little bitches.
Yes.
That's kind of what he says.
And then the Eradicator explains it. You know, Cyborg Superman explains it, and they're like, okay, fine, but you guys are below me and stuff. So I'll work with you, but just to get what I want and stuff. And they're like, fine, we'll give you what you want. Superman shows up. He attacks, but he's outnumbered. He's outpowered, you know.
Yeah, and then the superheroes unite, or they get called, more or less. Because you get little snippets of everybody.
And he's weakened. He's in a weakened state right now, I think, because of that
Black Vault.
Yeah. And so he runs away, and then even his family's like, what's going on? And he's like, I don't know. There's something going wrong with me. He can't.
He says he's blind.
Blind. So,
But yeah, we get snippets throughout with Supergirl that's watching the fight. Of course, Jonathan and Lois are watching the fight, and then of course Lex is watching the fight. The new Superman of China is watching the fight. I mean, so it's basically a call to arms.
A super team, like a Superman team. It's gonna be cool. I can't wait to see it when it gets to it. They're slowly building it to it, though. Yeah, it's kind of subtle.
Again, every single thing of DC Comics right now is building towards like gathering forces and gathering an army together. When you look at this, we're having an army of Superman kind of gather together. And the only thing we're missing is Bizarro, of course. Which maybe Bizarro.
I don't know.
We'll see.
So
Be that cool.
strong by
Contender.
yes.
It's amazing.
Fantastic.
All right.
Next, it's Old Man Logan, number 25, Days of Anger, Part 1.
Old Man Wolverine.
And we have, who do we have on this? Ed Brisson as the artist, Mike Deodato Jr. as the artist, Frank Martin as colors.
And Corey Petit is the letterer.
And so this actually starts with this old man, and he's in like the mountains and stuff, and then he has these little kids with him and stuff, and he's like telling them stuff. They go into a Department H weapons fixed place, and that's decommissioned. Then you have Old Man Logan. He's like in a bar and stuff, and he walks in and he's like, "Oh, hey, where's this lady?" And he's like, "Oh, trick question. That lady's never been here.
Yeah.
It's run by this, so I know you guys don't belong here." And so it turns out those hillbilly Hulks are there from his timeline. And he's like, how the hell did this happen? What's going on? I thought I got away from them and stuff. And so he messes them up. And then
kill you.
this old man hulks out, and it is Maestro. And it's just freaking crazy and awesome. And he's like, I thought I was done with this, and here I am dealing with it now. I have to stop this from
spreading,
from getting out of hand and like killing all the people that I love here and stuff.
Oh, so good.
Yes, you don't know why. He's gonna get to the why and how they're there. You know, of course, it has to do with Banner because Banner's evil and he's brilliant. You know,
and insane.
The future.
Yeah, he's still insane.
Yeah. So yeah, strong by contender. Yeah,
amazing. So see if we're gonna do this using Wolverine stuff. Probably not. F for Phantomix. C for Charlie, because Wolverine went by Charlie there for a minute. Informatico. W for Wolverine. P for Puck. 4, 9, 8. R for Richter. M for... Oh, man. I'm so bad. Again, Martico. Sorry. U for... There's not a U for Wolverine, man.
Just Ultron it.
Yeah, Ultron. And H for...
Hive.
Yeah, Hive. There you go.
Star Wars number 32. Jason Aaron writing, Salvador La Roca is the artist, Edgar Delgado is colorist.
And this is the Screaming Sentinel part 4 of 5.
Yes.
So we're getting close to the end.
Yeah, Chris Santan, he's just like destroying these freaking guys because he has that parasite in his head.
Yeah.
And they're like, how are we going to get this guy to not kill us? Oh, we just have to direct him, you know?
Put him in the right direction and let him go.
They also reveal, too, that the reason that they don't like Wookiees is because Wookiees can actually resist this parasite somewhat.
Yeah.
Like, it won't kill them and stuff like that. Afra gets what she wants. Luke begs for her help. She leaves, but then she's like, damn it. All right. I got to come back.
A little crystal.
They use Han to... They poison him to cap him and send him to go after his friends.
Yeah. And then the Queen is trying to drain Luke of the Force, I guess.
Yes. And Afra uses that same poison to turn Luke.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, something like that. They use that little bug thing.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't quite get what was within the crystal, man. I just didn't quite understand it.
It's that Jedi or whatever, the Jedi AI or the Jedi consciousness or whatever, like of that guy Rule or Rawl or whatever. And he was like talking to her and stuff like that. So,
but yeah, we have the King Hive member, I guess, at the end. It's epic.
It looks so awesome.
Epic.
I can't wait to read the next issue.
Oh, so
it's going to be so freaking magnificent.
And it's going to be in Dr. Afra next. That's the next issue.
Yeah, it looks great. Strong buy.
Yes, contender.
For sure.
Amazing. Buy it. Well,
yes.
Why are you sitting here? Buy it. Now. Go.
Did you get Venom?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to read this code off. Z for Zarbon, 9, D for Donatello, Q for Quill, 4, A for Alpha, 7, I for Icarus, O for Oscar, B for Bravo, W for Wesker, U for Ultron.
And also, what came out was Weapon X number 4.
Oh, I missed that
did pick it
somehow.
up, but I did not read it. I didn't get a chance to
Okay,
read
I'll
it.
have to pick it up and do a written review for it.
Oh man, I looked through it and we got what we want. We got what we want. Next up, we have Venom numero 151.
151, they went back to the old lettering. It's The Land Before Crime.
Mike Costa is the writer, and Roberto Sandoval is the artist. Don Sanchez Mara and is the color artist, and Clayton Cowles, of course, is doing the letters.
Of course.
Good Clayton. He's a busy man.
So yeah, they have some people filming something, and it's really kind of irrelevant. Yeah. And then it gets back to Eddie actually took that priest to the hospital, so he is alive, but he's, I think he's
kind of shedding, man. Eddie's kind of shedding.
And so he's like, I think there's something wrong with my symbiote. It's just like full of anger and hate. There's this monster he finds in the sewers, and it has an Alchemax on it. So he goes to Alchemax, and he's like, hey, I found your creature here. I'm going to sell you out unless you help me.
Dude, the creature bit his tongue, man.
And he's like, all right, but you have to help me. So we have this Stegron, and so he went to underground and stuff, and he made like an army, and this is actually supposed to be a military thing, but it's gotten out of hand, so can you clean it up for us before the military gets involved? And so it's just like an army of
like lizards,
of dinosaurs down there, and he's going to have to fight them off, and it's going to be epic and awesome.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Dude, I'm not a big fan of the style of art, but it fits well with the story.
I like it.
It fits very well with the story.
Oh, for sure.
So I give it a strong buy. I don't quite give it a contender, but I do give it a strong buy.
Yeah, there's something about it, and I just don't know what it is, but it's not quite a contender. Like, I like it, but it also seems like I don't know. There's something about it that really irritates me. I really wanted it to continue with Flash.
Yeah.
And they did a horrible job of explaining why it's not Flash anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they just
kind of dropped Thompson's. He's not even in any of the storylines now.
And they did explain it in the previous issue, but still, I was like, you should have built up to that, or started with that. I don't know. And I felt like there's more story to tell. I felt like you guys were going through an evolution with this character, and you kind of just nipped it in the bud because they went through this whole process of, oh, hey, we're going to cleanse the symbiote. Now it's pure, and now it wants to do good, and now it's back to wanting to be evil.
With Lee.
Yeah, and it almost seems like a repeat because, like Flash, Eddie wants to make good. He wants to do good, and so I'm like,
why can't he have?
It just feels like a repeat, and I'm like, I want evolution. I don't want just return to old. You know what I mean? Like it just, yeah. That's why I kind of liked where it was going already with the guy that they had, where it was like he's evil, but he's trying to make him do good, and it was like, you know what I mean? There was those split on it. It just so it's good and I like it, but I don't know. It kind of bugs me. So
let's see. It's
it's
151.
It's not bad. So I'm still gonna get it.
Yeah.
Like I said, strong buy, but not quite.
Not quite a contender. Check it out and let us know what you think. Here's the digital code for it. F for Phasma or Phantasm.
Fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. C for Carnage. M for I'm trying to think of Spider-Man stuff.
Marvel.
Yeah, Marvel will work. 2, G for Green Goblin. J for J. Jonah Jameson. 4, F for Fantastic. Y for Yellow. Whatever. U for Uniform. 7, and Z for Zygote.
Okay. It's time.
Yeah, it's that time, man. And us in our back and bags.
I think that I just threw all these books here, so I don't even know like what is actually
back and bag,
and what's contenders and not. Actually, I know I pretty much know my business. I know my business. Oh God. Okay. I know my business. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see here.
Oh God. Maybe I don't know my business. I do know my business.
Because you got that one right there, and that's what you want.
Yeah, you already know, huh? You already know.
I already know.
Okay, it's back and back time and runner-up time. Do you know what you want?
Not quite.
You know what you got?
No, not quite.
So, yeah. You know what? Oh God, Generation X is so good. I'm loving it so much. But you know what? I'm gonna have to go with Miss Marvel 19 as my runner-up. Like I said, I really love learning about other cultures and other religions and stuff like that. You know, and this is a wonderful way. They don't stuff it down your throat. You know, and everything like that. It's done really well, magnificent. Like I just love G. Willow Wilson's art and approach and everything like that. This is the callback to other characters and stuff, and I'm genuinely invested in this family and these characters, so I'm really terrified about her brother, you know, and everything like that. So that's why. And Back in Bag, you shouldn't. Well, Back in Bag, you should know. If you all know me by now, he knows me. JD knows me well enough. TMNT number 70 is my Back in Bag of the week. It's the only book where I knew, like, there's some. It doesn't happen very often, because there's so many books we read now, so many great books that we read. But and even this one, I'll say, like, it hasn't been there recently, but they build up, and that's what I love, is that it builds, and then once it gets to that build, all those issues are strong buys, contenders, and runner-ups, B-bows, and that's what it is. It's a B-bow. It's absolutely brilliant. I love it. It looks magnificent. It was so intense, and like I said, that moment with Leo, and just like him with his brothers and his family, it's something I connect with Leo so much more than I used to. I used to think Leo, same thing with Scott Cyclops. Like, there's a lot of characters that as I've gotten older, I connect with them a lot more because now I understand their leadership qualities and like why they did that, and I understand it. Like, they had to make those tough calls, and you know, and they're bossy, but they kind of have to be, and I understand why now, and everything like that. And so that really resonates with me, and just the brothers and the family and the friends and everything with all the mutants, mutanimals, and everything. I love it. Just love it all.
All right, my runner-up would be X-Men Blue numero 5. This was a great book, and of course it had James Hudson in it, which was just a great piece for the Ultimate Universe. I saw him be introduced in the X-Men comic books in the Ultimate Universe because I was reading them at the time. Pretty good character, just didn't quite get that fleshing out. This is an opportunity for that character to rise and shine and go with a generation of X-Men that are both familiar to us and his level of newness. So it's something really fresh. And of course, I like how they're like calling him Wolverine. He's like, don't call me Wolverine. Don't call me that.
Yeah.
I'm not Wolverine.
I wonder what he goes by.
I don't know, but and I love how he can change the metal on his bones and stuff, man. It's sick.
Oh, can he? I thought that was the person that was controlling metal that did that to his claws.
He can change his claws from metal or not metal.
Oh, no way. That's awesome.
That's sick. However, my Back in Bag would be Old Man Logan, number 25. Dude, this brought back all the best parts of Old Man Logan.
Of the original.
Yeah, of the original storyline, and brought it to this comic book and our Marvel Universe.
Because he's like, I thought I killed you guys.
So the Hillbilly Hulks, so good. I have to give a special props to my Spider-Man, though. That Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider, number 3, it was great. Not quite yet. It's not quite yet ready. Okay,
so I wanted to talk some things about you. We had some reasons to talk some nerdy, do some nerdy talk. EA, what did you think? EA, well,
E3.
E3, yeah.
The Electronics Entertainment Expo.
Yes.
Alrighty, so where do I begin? I guess I can only really go with the Sony stuff because that's all I own right now. Granted, you can talk all you want about that Xbox One X, whatever they call it. Which kind of XBO? It's an Xbox.
Just stop.
Anyway,
just stop.
You can talk all you want about it. It looks cool.
I don't want to talk about it.
Nerdy.
I don't want to talk about it.
But for me, the Star Wars Battlefront 2, yes, totally buying it. Totally got it. It's mine. If you want to join me, Whip 187. I'm on PSN. Give me a holler. I will fight with you in the battlefront. I will fight against you in the battlefront. Yeah, that looks amazing. The Spider-Man PS4. Oh,
Okay.
God.
Okay.
Oh man,
Spider-Man PS4 Spider-Man looks like
amazing.
it looks like the movie that I want from Marvel.
Yes.
Now, like I don't want young Peter Parker. I want that Peter Parker,
Who's
which is
23.
who is older. He has experience because he has like teched out
Gadgets and stuff.
web stuff like proximity mines for his webbing. Like, hey, you walk by this, boom, it just webbed you.
Swinging mechanic looks amazing.
It looks so perfect.
So
that is
fluid.
the game. Like to me, at first I was like, this game's gonna be crap.
Well,
and then when they showed the fighting, it was like that's gameplay.
Oh yeah.
And the way they do it, like it flows so great where it like slows it down, and you're like, and it's not just punching and kicking.
It's
and his
stuff.
Like you can tell, like someone's gonna attack, and so you have to reel. But just like in the comics and with the character, he doesn't know where the danger is coming from exactly. He just knows there's danger, so it goes off. So you have to pay attention to what's going on around you because the danger might be behind you. It's everywhere. You have to pay attention to the thing. It kind of reminds me of Breath of the Wild because you have to pay attention to everything. But you don't have a spider sense to warn you about it. And the other thing, too, is that
you can change costumes.
Spider-Man to me, he's ground level, but he's gotten so big, he's not ground level anymore. But here's the thing, his weakness, but also his greatest strength is he cares, and he cares about people. And the villains know that. And so you can see that in this, which is they go, we don't care if we mess up the city. We don't care if we kill other people. But he does his damnedest to protect the people of the city. Like there's this falling crane, and as well as this
and he whips
truck,
and
he webs it. And that's part of it. It becomes like this QTE thing, and it's just pure magnificence and brilliance. And I'm like, this is what I want. Like, because before, if that type of thing happened in the air, you would just be like,
oh, bye.
Whatever. Like, whatever happened to it? Like, it just disappeared. But in this, it incorporates it into the gameplay, and you're saving as many people as you can. And he like that's the thing is he tries to keep the destruction down to a minimal. It doesn't usually work, but he does his best, and that's what I love about him is he does his best. He always does, and it was so great. And then at the end of it, they had a teaser
of Miles and Genki.
And I'm like, does this mean that there's gonna be
a playable Miles?
Like even if it's DLC, I'm already buying it. Okay, I'm like, this is a day one buy for me.
I'll even purchase it.
And same thing, like if they have a DLC thing, I'm getting the DLC. But it also makes me go like that the Marvel universe, like the cinematic universe, as well as the video games, what they should have done is a Miles game first where he's an amateur and then you're seeing how he's an amateur. And then you kind of have Peter Parker's Spidey show up, and that could be like the sequel game and be like, now you get to be a better Spider-Man, Whereas like you were just amateur hour at first, so now you have a better Spider-Man. And then same thing, movies, you go like, hey, this is a better Spider-Man, you're amateur, but now he's gonna like kind of teach you and be your mentor, kind of what like looks like Tony is to Peter in this one.
Which comes out in a couple weeks.
Yes,
it does. We will definitely give our review.
So yeah.
And then the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. Oh,
I didn't.
It was so
that wasn't
good.
part of.
Wasn't part of E3 at all. It happened outside of E3.
It must have happened as part of E3, but not.
As part of the orchestral
but
thing.
Separate.
Yeah.
But as a separate thing, like yeah.
And I posted this meme I found where Goofy looks like he's gonna yuck you up.
Yeah.
That's pretty epic, man. But Kingdom Hearts 3,
it got a lot of likes, dude.
Yeah.
It got a lot of views on our.
It was pretty cool.
Facebook.
But I love Kingdom Hearts. It's one of those things I have just like a soft spot for, which they did just release a bunch of DLC for Kingdom Hearts 1.5, 2.5 HD remix. If you have it, check out the store, pick it up. It's free. And it has a theater mode and an extra scene to the entire game. So pretty cool. But yeah, that was the only other thing that I enjoyed. I'm sure there's a lot more. I didn't go through all of it like you probably did.
Yes, I go through. I watch all of. I watch as much of it as I can.
Like the Nintendo stuff. That's all.
And I take notes. All of it. Yeah.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
Oh, Dragon Ball Fighter Z.
No, Dragon Ball Fighters. That's what it is.
Z.
No Z.
With a Z at the end.
It's a Z at the end, but you don't pronounce the Z.
I do.
It's Fighters.
Z.
Fighters.
Z.
Fighters.
Z.
Yeah. It looks amazing. It looks like the anime.
It looks like, what game does it look like? I'm trying to think. To me, it looks like Marvel vs. Capcom meets Dragon Ball Z.
That's probably
because you're doing partnering too. Like you can get like 3 people.
3 on 3.
And to me, it makes sense too because now they're finally doing that type of stuff in Super, where before it was like, nope, we're all by ourselves. Now they're doing more like group fighting. And so now it makes sense too, even though it's not like it's not called Dragon Ball Super Fighter
it's
or
called
anything
Dragon
like that.
Ball
It's
Fighters.
just with a Z at the end. It looks like it's separate. But anyways, so yeah. Anything else?
I can't really. I guess the Nintendo stuff where they announced was pretty cool.
Metroid 4, which to me that's
Metroid
not,
Returns.
To me, that's just a chance for them to mess it up again because they've not done justice to Metroid since the second one.
Metroid Prime 2 Echoes.
I don't know. I haven't played any of them, so I can't say. But just from everybody's reactions, I feel like they haven't put out like a really great Metroid game in a long time.
I don't know.
That's Samus Aran.
That Metroid Samus Returns, which is basically a Metroid 2 port to the 3DS. Oh my gosh, I've totally got to buy it. I got to gorge on that thing.
Are you AC fan?
Assassin's Creed?
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Not Assassin's Creed fan.
So.
Not for me.
Well, okay, cool.
I'll stick with my Arkham games instead of Assassin's Creed.
Anything else?
That's the only thing I can really think of that I enjoy.
Mario had Odyssey, or Nintendo had Odyssey. Yeah. With the Rabbids stuff.
Rabbids thing, yeah.
I don't know. The Rabbids looks like it's a strategy game. I already know, like, the wife. You look at it, and it's like, that's going to be a pretty in-depth, like, turn-based strategy game. The wife's not going to like it, but it looks, like, appealing, you know?
Yeah. It's pretty.
Yeah. So,
then they announced a Pokemon game for the Switch.
Yes.
They didn't really announce
and they're doing the Pokken Tournament Deluxe for the Switch. Skyrim, of course, and then you can have the Zelda, the Breath of the Wild outfit.
Yeah.
I do intend on getting that. And there's other stuff too. There's other people that said they're going to release stuff on the Switch, which makes me go, hey, if I need other games to play outside the house, I'm getting it. You know,
it's good for all the good.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. So that's it. Tony B and I will be covering
E3
very in depth soon. As
you'll be so in depth that you're gonna have to wear a diving suit.
We might live stream it. I'm not sure, just so that it's up somewhere right away. Yeah. You know, because I don't know. Like, well, it shouldn't require too much editing. But so yeah, Tony B and I are gonna do that and cover everything from beginning to end. I'm gonna cover it chronologically and everything like that. I have notes, mention every game that they mentioned, all the stuff, everything. You know, EA, you know, Microsoft, Bethesda, Ubisoft, Sony,
Square.
PC gaming, Nintendo.
The Square gaming stuff was.
I didn't.
It was much Final Fantasy. It was mostly Final Fantasy.
But the stuff that was in it. So I call it Squeenix. But anyways. So yeah, that's it for us. Make sure you know, I did a Life is Strange episode 1. I want to do more. I want to live stream the rest of the episodes. Haven't had time, unfortunately. But this guy got he covered the other free game on
Killing Floor 2.
Free on PlayStation Plus for this month, June. I will get out the info too for what's the newest one. Watch Dogs is the name of the new game for Xbox. So even though I heard mixed, like there was a lot kind of like bad stuff. Yeah, I'll probably download it and check it out.
Honestly, it's a little like GTA from my understanding.
So and hopefully I can make a video out of that too. You know, like a quick one. You know, I don't know if I'll do a review, but at least like some gameplay. You know, some live streaming probably. But yeah. So, and then I'll announce whatever else is free for this second second 2 weeks of the month for Xbox.
Check out the community because I've been posting the Dragon Ball Super episodes. I've had a few people ask about them. I'm posting as I find them. That's
our buddy Benny was asking about it, and you had already posted it, and so that's why I had the link to the thing that you posted.
Yeah.
So, and people like it. Like it's great. I've heard it's good, so I'm gonna have to get caught up on that. So we can talk about that too.
Starts soon, very soon.
It hasn't started yet, so I haven't missed that.
No, but you've missed a lot of good lead up, man.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. That it's about to get really good, and I'm like, okay, well, I want to just jump into the goodness. Yeah. But I love the lead up though too. So
the lead up is amazing.
I just like to do it in chunks. I don't like to do it in episodes. So, anyways,
you gotta get 4 hours to watch it now.
So that's it. Like I said, check out that video. This guy is gonna have Killing Floor footage, so I'll put that up as soon as possible.
And I'm horrible at the game. I'm horrible at it.
And hopefully we can get some more Duke City Comic Con footage out. And we want to do the Talk Music to Me segment where we recorded stuff, but we're gonna have to redo it because it didn't
record well.
It didn't. Yeah, our green screen didn't work, so we're gonna have to redo that. And hopefully with the green screen we can do more fun stuff with that. You know,
just spray paint a tarp.
We'll see how it works.
Will that work?
I don't know. I might just get buy one of those drawdown, things, and so that I can take it with me anywhere.
Yeah.
And then just pull it down, and then boom, we got a green screen.
Green screen, you can I'm in Russia. Look at me, Russia behind me.
So yeah, that's it. Remember, all our stuff is at TNTMTheShow, our website, our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, our Tumblr.
We're there.
I post different stuff on everything. So make sure you check all of the different avenues out, and our YouTube. Talk nerdy to me, talk nerdy to us. We'll talk nerdy to you, and make sure you keep your ohos hungry. Oh, comics.